What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? We got a loaded show coming up, including some key injury updates heading into this weekend's matchup. But first, if you think the Chiefs will bounce back from a loss and beat the Broncos this Sunday, go ahead and like this video. Don't jinx it. Don't be the person that doesn't like it. And then, lo and behold, Nate Hackett and Russell Wilson somehow win a game. So like the video if you think the Chiefs will beat the Broncos on Sunday. You're watching the Chiefs Report. I am Harrison Graham. Welcome into the show. And on today's show, like I said, some injury updates, plus an update on Odell Beckham Jr., so stick around for that later on in the show. Let's talk Patrick Mahomes as he is dealing with a bruised foot. He says he'll play on Sunday. Here's more from the quarterback as he says, "It's felt good. You always deal with bruises and little things in the NFL season, and so luckily for me, it's just a bruise and something I can just kind of bounce back from and be out there and practice and keep getting better like we're trying to do." So no major concerns as Mahomes will be out there this Sunday and look to add to his MVP case as he leads the NFL in passing yards and touchdowns as he looks to continue to add to that this week. Coming off a game where he was good but not great, certainly looking to put out a better performance this Sunday. I expect him to be fine. He's a big physical quarterback, so, bruise on the foot isn't going to make a huge impact. Now, Broncos defense are good. This might be a game where, maybe don't run as much that he normally would, but this should be a game where Kansas City can, hopefully build a lead and not ask Mahomes to have to do too much. So I think he'll be fine. I'm not too concerned. We'll see how he moves around when this game gets going on Sunday. Now, do you guys have any concerns over Mahomes' foot? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Do you think or do you have any concerns with Patrick Mahomes and his foot injury right now? Injury's kind of a loose term. I think he'll be just fine. Let's talk Kadarius Toney now as he's missed the last couple of weeks with the hamstring injury. He's also practiced the past couple of days, which is a good sign. Now, he's been in a limited capacity, so unclear what his status will be, but trending in the right direction as Kansas City gears up for this matchup up in Mile High. Kadarius Toney, a guy that this team invested in at the trade deadline, and with Mecole Hardman on IR, certainly would like to see him play. Don't need to force the issue. If he needs another week, he needs another week, but Andy Reid did talk about him progressing. We'll hear from the head coach in a second. But first, I want to tell you guys about our sponsor today. That is Fetch, which you can download the Fetch app for free on your iPhone or your Android and get 5,000 bonus points to start with promo code CHAT at chatsports.com/Fetch. Let me tell you a little bit more about the app. Whether you're shopping at Target, Walmart, grocery shopping, or even at your local mom and pop store, you can earn reward points by scanning your receipts with Fetch. You can also connect your Amazon account and your email to earn points on all of your e-receipts. Use our link, chatsports.com/Fetch, to earn 5,000 points to start. And this is a really good time of year to get going with the Fetch app because, number one, it's really easy to use. You can see how user-friendly the app is right there. But also, tons of receipts, right? You're doing Christmas shopping. You're buying extra food for the holidays. I still have a lot of Christmas shopping to do, so a lot of receipts to scan. And plus, if you have receipts from the last 90 days, those still count as well, and your digital receipts. So you can link up your email, your Amazon account. Those receipts get scanned as well. You build points, and hey, every 10,000 points is a $10 gift card to pretty much any store you could think of. Amazon, Target, Walmart, Starbucks. If you want your morning coffee paid for, go to chatsports.com/Fetch. Use promo code CHAT to get 5,000 bonus points, and every receipt you're scanned, some are worth more than others, but all receipts get you points. Hey, 50 points here, 100 points there, boom, it's going to add up, and you will be able to get a gift card to a store of your choice. Link in the description of this video, chatsports.com/Fetch, promo code CHAT to get 5,000 bonus points. All right, let's talk more about Kadarius Toney's injury as Andy Reid had this to say. He says, we're letting him get out there and work a little bit, and we'll just see how he does. We're not going to bring him back and have him hurt it again. That's not what we're looking at, just seeing what he can do. I'll be honest, I'm not sure I'd risk Toney this week. You should not need Kadarius Toney to beat the Denver Broncos. They absolutely stink. They've mailed it in. So I think if it's one of those deals where he could play, but he's not 100%, I'd probably give him an extra week to just get that extra rest and then bring him back next week because you want him right for the playoffs here in just over a month. So that would be my approach. Hopefully Mecole Hardman comes back soon as well as he remains on injured reserve. But I think you can get by with Juju, MVS, Sky Moore, and Justin Watson for another week. I think that is totally fine. So we'll see what happens with Toney. Also, shifting to another injury that Andy Reid discussed, that is Joe Thuney, who's missed the past couple of games. Andy Reid had this to say. He says his thing was getting that final push that you get off of it, dealing with that ankle injury. Says day to day, he feels better this week than he did last week. And I would say Thuney's absence has been felt much more than Kadarius Toney's because, Nick Allegretti playing at left guard, and with Orlando Brown having some struggles at left tackle, that left side of the offensive line really struggled against Cincinnati especially. So they need Thuney back in there. He's been a guy that has been kind of a stable force on this offensive line the past couple of seasons. So that is an area that I'm looking at like, hey, let's get Thuney back on the field. Even if he's not 100%, you'd like to have Joe Thuney available at your disposal as soon as possible because as bad as Denver is, they do have a pretty good defense. Predict the score, Chiefs, Broncos. Who's going to win and what is the final score going to end up being here on Sunday? We'll be live for a watch party, so be sure to join us for that as well, which is a perfect reminder to subscribe to the channel. Daily videos for free here on the Chiefs Report, so hit that subscribe button, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. Don't miss any of our coverage as we hit you with videos every single day all season long. All right, we'd be remiss if we didn't get you caught up on the latest surrounding Odell Beckham Jr. as he completed his visit with the Cowboys on Tuesday, and reports have come out since then that the Cowboys are concerned with Odell Beckham's injury status, his recovery, and they believe he may not even be able to play this year, according to their, medical evaluation, that they think at the earliest mid-January, which would be into the playoffs. And I wonder, could this open the door for Kansas City to get back into the Odell Beckham sweepstakes? If it's true that he may not be available until the playoffs, well, that might turn some teams off, right? That might eliminate some teams from consideration that could be interested. Like, you look at the teams he visited with, for example. It's like, if you're the New York Giants, are you still signing Odell Beckham if he is not going to be available until the playoffs? Potentially. Now, you could sign him to a multi-year deal, but the Chiefs could do that too and say, hey, Odell, even if you don't play this year, we'll give you a 2-year deal and bring you in next year. So I'll be very curious to see how that affects some of these teams' interests, Buffalo, Dallas, and some other teams that have been linked. I know Philadelphia has been rumored to potentially be in the mix as well. Odell Beckham, certainly a guy who helped the Rams last year in the playoff run, but, remember those reports of him recovering from his last ACL did not go well, so he's not going to rush back into it. And if it's true that he's not going to play this year, then I don't know. I think if you're Kansas City and if you're interested, knowing that Juju and Mecole Hardman are going to be free agents this year, you could offer Odell Beckham a 2-year deal through the end of this season and through next season with some incentives. Be like, hey, we'll give you $5 million base next year and an extra $10 to $15 million in game incentives. You could do something like that. So it's going to be fascinating to see how this plays out for Odell Beckham if the Chiefs could get into the mix. I don't think they're going to be heavily interested, but I do think this could kind of creak that door back open a little bit for a team like Kansas City. Now, do you want the Chiefs to sign OBJ, even if he's not going to play this year? Type S for sign or P for pass. Let me know down in the comments section. And I promise you this, if the Chiefs sign him, we will go live here on the Chiefs Report, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Don't miss any of our videos. Hit the notification bell as well, and we'll see you next time here on the show.